Hey everyone, what's going on? Christopher, the video game historian here, and I thought I would do another Division history video this week, this time taking a look at the famous Air Force One, which can be found in the game in the eastern part of the East Mall District, and once cleared out of Hyeanas, will become an outpost for you. Now upon clearing out the site of the crashed aircraft, you can then explore the fuselage and grab any and all loot that is stashed away. It's a cool little way to explore an aircraft that the overwhelming majority of us will never actually get to see in person, at least the interiors of such. The bits that are still left intact for you are the presidential office area, the conference and dining room, and the baggage area beneath it all. You can also walk out onto the wings of the aircraft to defend it from attacking enemies. Now, the history of Air Force One actually dates back to the 1940s during the Roosevelt administration, during which a C-87A aircraft was configured for presidential use and called the Guess Where 2. This aircraft would become the very first aircraft to be configured for a sitting president of the United States. However, due to safety concerns, the Guess Where 2 was never actually used by FDR, and instead it was used by the First Lady and various senior White House staff members. A second aircraft, a Douglas C-54 Skymaster, was configured for the president and nicknamed the Sacred Cow. However, FDR would only use this once. In 1947, during President Truman's administration, these two airliners would be replaced with a Douglas DC-6 Liftmaster named the Independence after his hometown. The Independence would continue to see service during the next administration under President Eisenhower, who would also add two new Lockheed C-121 Super Constellations, which were called the Columbine 2 and 3 to the presidential fleet. In 1958, Eisenhower would add 3 additional airliners to the presidential fleet, which would become the first presidential jet aircrafts, Boeing 707s. These new Boeings would be the first aircrafts to bear the name Air Force One when it was made official in 1962 that any aircraft carrying the president would have the call sign Air Force One. When John F. Kennedy was sworn in as president in 1961, he would have the new SAM 26,000 Boeing 707s go into presidential service. The exterior livery as well as the interiors would be designed by the famous Raymond Loewy, who is known for designing the streamlined look of the Studebakers as well as the famous cat whiskers and streamlined look of the Pennsylvania Railroad's GG1 locomotives. In 1963, after the assassination of President Kennedy, then Vice President Johnson would be sworn in on this plane, taking the oath of office. The SAM 26,000 would be used up until the President Clinton's term in 1998, though it would be replaced as the primary presidential aircraft in 1972 with the SAM 27,000 Boeing 707, which would serve until 2001. In 1990, the SAM 28,000 and SAM 29,000 Boeing models would be delivered for presidential use, which were ordered by President Reagan during his terms. These two Boeing 747-200B airliners are the current Air Force One airliners of currently sitting President Donald Trump. These planes feature around 4,000 square feet of interior space with accommodations for a dining and conference room, quarters for the President and First Lady, office area for the senior White House staff members, a medical facility, work and rest areas for the crew, media representatives, and Air Force crews, as well as a galley that can serve 100 meals in a sitting, and multi-frequency radios for air-to-air, air-to-ground, and satellite communications. As for the care and maintenance of Air Force One, this is overseen by the Presidential Airlift Group, which is part of the White House Military Office. This group was founded as the Presidential Pilot Office in 1944 at the direction of President Roosevelt. Now for all you stat nerds out there, here are the stats of the current 747-200Bs currently being used by President Trump. These airliners have a range of 6,735 nautical miles with 53,611 gallons of fuel and a speed of 0.84 Mach. Their overall length is 231 feet and 10 inches, with a wingspan of 195 feet and 8 inches, with a height of 63 feet 5 inches. They can hold 102 passengers and crew members comfortably. Now before I sign off, just a few bonus facts for you. While the name Air Force One typically refers to the Boeing 747 aircraft in use today by the President, the name Air Force One actually refers to any aircraft that is currently holding and transporting the President. Similarly, the callsign Air Force 2 refers to any aircraft that is currently holding and transporting the Vice President. Like Air Force One, there's also a Marine One, which is the callsign of any Marine helicopter or aircraft that is transporting the President. If it's the Vice President, then it is the Marine 2. Now if the President is being flown in any kind of civilian aircraft, then the call sign would change to Executive 1 and Executive 2 if it were the Vice President. Anyway, that's really all I have on the history behind Air Force One. I hope you all enjoyed it, and if so, please leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and leave your comments down below. Also, don't forget to follow me on social media with Twitter and Facebook, and until next time, I'll see all you agents in the Dark Zone.